Tell us about your career journey. How did you go from running a copywriting and marketing agency to becoming an AI trainer and coach?
Yeah, well, I never expected I'd be here, to be honest. So you're going back to early 2023. I had a thriving copywriting agency. I had all these subcontractors and everything. It's been going for 9 years, and but conversions started to decline, and people started saying to me, "Oh, don't worry, I'll just get ChatGPT to do it."
So, AI in real business use. Can you share a story of a client or participant who transformed their workflow after learning to use AI effectively?
Now, I would love to say I do, but I haven't seen something that's absolutely successful, to be honest. I mean, I can talk from my own experiences. For other people, look, some of my one-on-one clients, I have seen something like, for example, working with a one-on-one client in a workshop, just like a 3-hour online with her, and we trained up the tool on business, brand voice, and customer, which is 3 core things I talk about in my book.
In 2 to 3 years, how do you see the role of human creativity evolving alongside AI?
It's a great question, because I think it really comes down to us right now. The habits that we form, and habits framework is what I have in the book. I just thought it was the perfect word for it, because right now we need to develop healthy habits. If we choose this path of being lazy and over-reliant on AI, then that's the future that a lot of us are fearful of, right?
Again, it's human plus AI always. So do not think that AI is replacing you. You are in the game with AI. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to AI in Focus, the podcast where we dive into real conversations about how AI is being used in the business world, what's working, what's not, and what's next. Today's episode is one I'm really excited about because my guest is someone who's making AI approachable, practical, and most importantly, human. I'm joined by Leanne Shelton, founder of Human Edge AI Training, global AI coach, and author of the book AI Human Fusion. Leanne specializes in helping non-technical leaders unlock the power of AI in their work. She started her career in copywriting and marketing, but when AI began to disrupt the industry, she didn't shy away. She embraced it. Now she's a sought-after trainer, keynote speaker, and coach, running team and one-on-one AI training sessions, ultimately showing people how to keep the human edge while embracing AI innovation. In our conversation today, we'll explore Leanne's journey from business owner to AI educator and core principles of human-first AI and practical strategies for cutting through the AI noise to get real results. So whether you are AI curious or already experimenting with tools like ChatGPT, this episode is full of insights you can put into action. Let's dive in. Hi, Leanne.
Hi.
Welcome to AI in Focus.
Hi, Garima. Good to be here.
How's your day been?
Yeah, all right so far.
I like the intro that I just did. And the Human Edge AI book that is written by Leanne Shelton, which I just mentioned about. Let's talk. I have a few questions that I'll talk to you, and we'll just let the audiences know what you are doing in AI.
Sure.
Tell us about your career journey. How did you go from running a copywriting and marketing agency to becoming an AI trainer and coach?
Yeah, well, I never expected I'd be here, to be honest. So you're going back to early 2023. I had a thriving copywriting agency. I had all these subcontractors and everything. It's been going for 9 years, and but conversions started to decline, and people started saying to me, "Oh, don't worry, I'll just get ChatGPT to do it." And so I saw the writing on the wall that AI wasn't going anywhere, and my whole livelihood was being threatened. So basically, I had this choice of being over here and sitting in the corner, pulling out my hair, freaking out, burying my head in the sand, that thinking maybe my life is over, or I could find the opportunity to roll with it. And so I thought, well, hang on a second. I'm a copywriter, I'm a marketer. Words have always been my thing since I was a kid. And surely there's a place here when prompt engineering is all about words. And then it's all about the output, especially with ChatGPT. It's all about words. So I thought, okay, where can I fit into this new world that I've stumbled into? And I thought, okay, so rather than fighting this shiny free tool and losing, how about I teach people how to embrace AI, but how to create quality content with it? Because so many people were focusing on the input, like the prompts, but not enough people were talking about the output. And that's something that I knew what to do. And I basically put on a webinar. I gave myself a month of how to use ChatGPT and still sound human. And I had 150 people sign up to it and 70 tune in live, which is pretty good odds. And it just made me realize, okay, I'm onto something here. And then just kind of snowballed from there. I got headhunted for keynotes and networking events and all this stuff. A bit more proactive in 2024. And then I knew I needed to write a book, hence what I've done. But I want to make sure that the book wasn't something that would go out of date. So my journey kind of evolved a little bit from just like as a copywriter helping out with quality content to something much bigger. Because what I realized through conversations was that people were just like jumping onto this tool without a second thought. And I'm like, there's such a big mindset piece at play here that people just aren't talking about enough. And I heard about AI first being talked about overseas. Like, well, AI first, AI first. Here's some tips for an AI first business. How good we're an AI first business. And I thought, I'm still having conversations with people who are freaking out about AI. So why are we talking about AI replacing them?
Yes.
And so the whole concept of human first came to me, and that's what I ended up writing my book on. And I thought that is not going to go out of date because that's something that's going to keep going for a long, long time. And the book's not out of date at all. Still came out in June 2025. Getting really great reviews because I've written it as a human, written it as an experienced copywriter. It's 95% human written before you ask.
Of course.
Myself and human contributors, because that was really important. I didn't want to be hypocritical and have AI write a book about human first AI. But that's kind of where I've come to today, so 2.5 years on, absolutely loving this space. It's definitely my passion now, teaching people about the right mindset, the right strategies. And of course, occasionally I still put my marketing and copywriting hat on and teach people about that. Yeah.
That's nice because personally, me running our own AI to easy business where we provide solutions, AI solutions to businesses. Again, we say it's human first because it's us who is telling these are the issues and this is how we want AI to solve it. But again, it's us telling AI what to do for us. So it's human first and then AI, but we need AI to give us that space and do things for us.
Yeah. And what I say is like AI should amplify the human experience and expertise. So you know what you know, so you can use the tool to your benefit because you know how to ask it, you know how to critique it.
Yes.
And this is where I say, you don't just want your admin person or someone who doesn't know anything about marketing to do the marketing with AI because they don't know what they're doing. Yeah. So remember what you know, and then you can use the tools to complement your skills, not replace it. Okay.
Very nice. I like that. So you just spoke. What was the turning point that made you decide to fully embrace AI and build human edge AI training?
Yeah. So it initially was just a side hustle to my business. Like I thought I'd run workshops on and off, webinars on and off, especially during COVID. I did a whole bunch of online things. And everything from LinkedIn to webinars on webinars, podcasting, blogging. And I just thought AI would just be the next kind of topic that I'd dabble in occasionally. But I realized I had to go all in probably 2024 when I thought there's a real need here from everyone I'm speaking to. People are really connecting with what I'm talking about. People are still worried. People still worry about being left behind or being replaced, or there's so much fear in general. And so I kind of started losing passion for copywriting itself anyway. It just, once I had this new shiny thing to myself, and I've always loved futuristic things, but felt like it was inaccessible because I'm like a techie person, not a techie person, don't know coding, not an engineer. So I thought it was not accessible to me. And when I realized, no, I'm actually the best person to speak to these people because I'm not a techie person. So I don't put jargon in when I'm explaining things. Like any of my webinars, I keep definitions to an absolute minimum and use metaphors that people can relate to. And that's how I can explain it. It took forever, embarrassingly long, to get used to what GPT actually stood for and explain it. So I just don't go there. And that's not what people want to know from my experience. They want to know, how is it relevant to them? And yeah, I've just thrown myself in. Like, I was potentially going to get a part-time job early 2024, but that fell through some recruitment freeze. I thought, okay, the universe is telling me, no, I have to go all in. So
Everything happens for good, as I say.
Yeah.
And this is where you are today. If you had ended up doing that job, I'm not sure where you would be.
No, I would have had to just do everything I could in 2 days a week. This book wouldn't have gotten written. This was a 3.5 month marathon I threw myself into. And yeah, because I'm living and breathing this stuff every day. But also it's been a bit of a identity thing for me, because I was following a lot of AI people and a lot were talking about AI tools and updates constantly. And I didn't resonate with that. And so the human first thing, I'm like, I don't have to stay on top of everything constantly. I just keep it human, which is my little hashtag, keep it human, and just day-to-day relate to the AI things that are coming up in conversation.
Yeah. And I always, when I meet people, I say it's human plus AI. So do not worry, you are not being replaced by AI, but you need to embrace AI so you are in the game. Right now, it is the thing. You are known for making AI accessible for non-technical, as you just mentioned that you are non-technical and you're making it accessible for non-technical professionals. What are the biggest hurdles you see them facing when starting with AI?
Yeah, so what I'm seeing is a lot of people just jumping in without a second thought. Like, I work with leaders in management, and what I'm seeing is a lot of people saying to their team, like, just go use AI, go be productive, go use Copilot, go use ChatGPT, just go be productive. And there's no sense of direction, and people are just jumping on it. I'm seeing teams that there's these different forms. There's the innovators who are like soaring ahead confidently and using it strategically, but they're the very minority. And if no one else is, then it's not very good for the teams. Then you have people who are like the dabblers who are playing around with it a little bit but don't know what they're doing and they're worried about getting it wrong. And then you have the warriors, which is like WORRIERS, and they're just freaking out. And you can't run a successful business with AI involved when you've got a mishmash of everyone. They all have to be on the same page, which is what I do with my training. I get everyone to understand how to train the tools, use it the same way, get the mindset on the same path and everything like that. Because, there's just too many people just jumping on board without a second thought, without knowing repercussions of like improper usage, security issues, legal issues, and a big one, which I talk about in the marketing space, which is falling into that productivity trap of, oh, this is so good, it's saved me so much time, how great is this? But it doesn't land with their audience. They have this sixth sense of it being AI generated, and you lose that know, like, and trust factor. So that's a big, big thing we have to remember.
So if you are a business who are looking to get into AI and not sure where to head into, I think Leanne will be the person who can come in, coach you on AI, what's best and what's not, and how you should be adopting what section, and then she can lead you into getting AI processes or AI technology into your business. So she's an AI coach who helps in finding out where AI is required or how to bring everyone on the same page in the business. So AI in real business use, can you share a story of a client or participant who transformed their workflow after learning to use AI effectively?
Now, I would love to say I do, but I haven't seen something that's absolutely successful, to be honest. I mean, I can talk from my own experiences. For other people, look, some of my one-on-one clients, I have seen something like, for example, working with a one-on-one client in a workshop, just like a 3-hour online with her, and we trained up the tool on business, brand voice, and customer, which is 3 core things I talk about in my book. You need to have those pillars all trained up in your tool before you get started. And we did that during the session, and she thankfully had put a lot of work into really getting an understanding of who their customer was, like the pain points, the demographics, and everything like that. And so when we did this exercise together, we trained up the tool and the business and the brand voice, so it sounded like her, and who the customer was based on this great document. And she's an ADHD coach. I'm ADHD, so is my daughter. And the messaging was to parents who have it, don't have it, with the kids that do. And the social media post that just pumped out just from that initial session, I actually had tears in my eyes because I felt like she actually got me. And that is the outcome you want. I haven't spoken to her recently to see how it's kind of rolled out. So like I see these instant wins. I guess I can say that. Or, there's another client recently, another one-on-one. Straight away, he saw how the brand voice changed just and improved it. He's like, oh, this is so much better than what we've been doing. So I'm seeing these instant wins. I hope that people are now like integrating it. I have to probably check in with those people. Good. But, like for myself, I use it for my LinkedIn articles or LinkedIn newsletters every week. I'm challenging myself now to go without AI for some of them, like half the month non-AI written ones, just to prove I still can and not get over reliant. But for all this year, especially when I had the book and wanted to use all my human creativity and critical thinking on that, but I want to get thought leadership out, I found that in an hour using my materials, I could then train the tool and say, okay, here's the topic, here's the angle, here are the materials to refer to. Now can you draft me an outline? And then I would then write, get to draft, I'd edit it and everything like that. In an hour, I had that thought leadership piece out. Sounds like me based on my content. So it's like a repurposing tool. And that's just been amazing just for me to pump out those things. Or I put in a masterclass every month. Great. I sit down for a couple hours. Here's the rough outline. I know I want. What else should I put in? What am I missing? And then before I know it, I've got all my emails and social media posts for promotion scheduled and ready to go. So I know I'm using it like that. I don't use it for a lot of other things, to be honest. Like, I think we've had conversation. I haven't got things automated. I'm just using it for these little things that benefit me day to day. I think it's very important for people to realize when they should and shouldn't use it. I have had teams say, oh, we've tried to automate everything, this and this, but that didn't work and that didn't work. So, we've gone back to just doubling. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you need to also acknowledge where the technology is at and what it's actually useful to.
Yeah. So I think in my previous episode for AI in wellness, we had Rachel from the wellness team, and she said the same thing. Do not let AI overpower you. You need to overpower AI, and you need to understand what tools are right for you and what are not. If you get mixed up with so many tools, then you're not saving time. You're just spending too much of money and too much of time on just finding out what's the right AI tool.
And I'm 100% on board with that. So people ask me all the time, oh, what are the tools I should use? I use, honestly, ChatGPT. That's my main one because it knows my brand voice. Well, 4.0 does, 5, that's another story. But yeah, it knows me so well. It's got all my projects. It's got everything. So that's my main AI tool. I don't need to go to a million other tools that often use it as the platform anyway. Got into Fathom recently, which is so great for meetings, for note taking, because I'm still otherwise old school, scribbly notes, getting ChatGPT, try and decipher it. So that's okay, my messy writing. But that has been like, and I've literally, full transparency, 6 weeks ago, got onto that. Like, it's been a long time for me to go, yeah, I need it, but I do. And then I have some other tools I play around with for my training purposes.
Yes.
But honestly, those tools, Canva, but not the AI component, that's all I personally use. And I do say it's ironic that people often waste time playing with tools that are meant to save you time.
Yes, exactly.
So don't go down the rabbit hole. Just pick one, get really good with it, train up. If you are told you have to use Copilot, great. It's not as good as ChatGPT. It will get there. Just make sure you throw yourself in and don't go, oh, I'll use Copilot for that and this for that and this for that, because it won't all be consistent. It's just going to confuse you as well.
Yep, exactly. So choose the right tool for your business or personally. I would say it's best to get to someone who really knows AI, and then they can tell you which is the right tool for you rather than spending too much of time outside. With so many AI tools and trends emerging daily, How do you help businesses stay focused on what matters most? I'm sure you did answer that.
I can go into more of that.
Yes.
How you focus, it comes down to think about what you actually need it for. And don't just jump onto, oh, there's great project we've had on the to-do list. Let's finally embrace that because we have AI. Because that's going too big, too quick. Like, don't go there. I recommend to start with a little task, little things like I've got an unhappy client and there's emails come through and there's too much emotion involved, and great. Just kind of work with that as something, make sure it still sounds like you, like train it up. That's a good first start. Or maybe it's brainstorming an idea that, you already have some concept and you get to help you out with that, or with your team or things like that. So it's really just thinking about where can it complement, where are your, your bottlenecks too that you ultimately need help with that AI could help. And just start there, but start the smallest things. Like I was saying before, don't assume it can answer all your problems because sometimes it's actually a culture issue. It's a training issue. It's not something that AI can just solve like a Band-Aid solution. So things like, oh, let's get AI to replace our whole customer service team, a whole admin team. No. Yeah. From a human first point of view, I don't agree because remember, human clients, they want to talk to humans. They hate talking to bots. So remember that. But if there's issues with your customer service or admin team, then deep dive into the issue, which AI can help you with. Deep dive into the issue and solve the issue, but don't just go jumping onto the AI bandwagon. So it's really just a matter of sitting down. I do recommend having conversations with your team as well and working out where the gaps are. In your reporting, I have put together this really big report every week, every month. Maybe there's a way AI can help, fast track the whole process. Great. But remember, it's not great with numbers. You still need to guide it. You know what you know. Don't ever second guess yourself because AI seems to know better. You know what you know, and that's the problem as well. People are like, oh, well, I thought this, but AI said that, so I must be wrong.
Yes. So it's garbage in, garbage out.
Yes. Yeah.
Whatever you feed in, you get the same thing out. So you lead AI, and it will give you the result as you want it. And as you said, it's more about the culture. It's about how you have trained your AI to give you that output. Yeah. So do not think that AI is going to give you 100% outcome as you wanted. As a human in the loop, I think you need to tweak in the results or change the way you feed your brand into it.
Yeah, and this might come up in your wellness episode as well, but I say don't use AI when you're feeling burnt out or tired.
Yes.
Because it's like what they say with the driving ads, warning ads, like don't trust your tired self. When it comes to AI, don't trust your tired self because it's just like magic words appear on the screen and it feels like this magic solution and you're like, and then you go with it. But I bet you if you were to have a nap or meditate or go for a walk and come back or even just the next day, you would see that it's rubbish. So I just don't trust. Look, it's one good starting point.
Yes.
When you're tired, but don't ever click submit or send when you aren't feeling your best self. That is really important.
That's, again, it's human plus AI always. So do not think that AI is replacing you. You are in the game with AI. In 2 to 3 years, how do you see the role of human creativity evolving alongside AI?
It's a great question because I think it really comes down to us right now, the habits that we form. And habits framework is what I have in the book. I just thought it was a perfect word for it because right now we need to develop healthy habits. If we choose this path of being lazy and over-reliant on AI, then that's the future that a lot of us are fearful of, right? So if we choose to be in control of it, and I do love those stories of all these employees were sacked because of AI and then sheepishly was, employing them back in. I think we just have to keep our wits about us and just remember we want to have a human society. I do refer to the movie WALL-E, how that some people, do we want to be these blobs that can't think for ourselves, looking at a screen and we just go, oh, okay, I'll drink that today or I'll wear that today. We want to keep our minds active. So I'm hoping, being positive, I'm hoping in 2 or 3 years that we have found a way to balance AI in our lives without replacing it. being embedded in the work culture, everyone knows where they stand. Everyone has AI policies for internal purposes. Everyone knows when they can and can't use it and how. Externally, their clients feel comfortable how their data is going to be used with AI or it's not. So I hope there's more government guardrails and things like deep fakes. That there's a big, that's hit before it becomes an issue. Because I personally haven't created a digital avatar version of me because I don't want to make it easier, and I don't believe in it honestly because I think my human audience want to connect with the human me and not a virtual version. So it'll be interesting that I'm looking at an audio book with an AI-generated voice. That sounds very much like,
Oh, okay.
which I thought, I feel like I can excuse it as long as I'm transparent. And I think that's something as well in a few years. We all have to have a transparency policy. Use AI, put a little, like I did at the end of my blogs, use AI. P.S. This was written in collaboration between my human brain and ChatGPT. Like make a little joke of it. I think we need that as humans. We need to just know that it's human-centered, it's human-centric. Yes, we're just going to not get interested.
Yeah, I think we had this question in one of our discovery session that what is going to happen? Are you going to say that this is being done by AI? I'm like, we are proud to say the presentation is being created by, I use Gamma to create my presentation.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, at the start of my presentation, I say, this has been created by Gamma, but all the input has been given by me, what I want in my presentation, and it created it for me. I tweaked in a little so it looks nice and fancy. So I like to say it upfront that yes, we have used AI to generate this. Even if for the discovery sessions when we go, we are actually collecting everyone's voice data, which helps us to go back, listen to it, and then create a report for us, which gives us a very good result into what each of them actually spoke about their pain point. So it's AI, but it's our creativity that we generate the report for, we generate the presentation, or whatever is required in the day-to-day life. So yes, creativity will be ours. But as I said, I think we can beautify it using AI.
Yeah.
And using the guardrails, everything that is coming from the governance body, everyone should be able to say, yes, this is being done by AI, but with human intervention.
Yes, the humans have to guide it the whole way because, and look, they'll see your audience will see right through you. If you've just gone, oh yeah, I've used Gamma to create this presentation, but you're then presenting it, don't sound confident.
Yes,
they're gonna know.
Yeah, of course.
So you can't just fake it and hope that I've got AI, so I can just get that job, and then you get through and get the job, and they realize you don't know what you're doing. So it's not going to serve you. And this is why I say, would like to focus on AI and youth actually as my next focus, because I've got 2 young daughters, and I'm like, what world are they going to go into? And I would love to know that there's a way that AI and them can work together. And I've said this to actually university lecturer that I feel like going forward in the education space, it'd be like, don't use AI and this is why, and explain like the future, their mindset, just why it's so important for them to not use it. And then using it, great. Then you must give another 5 pages or something to explain how you actually create extra work.
Yes.
If they use AI, explain why you chose that prompt, how you critiqued it, what sources you use. So this is what's going to be, really influential for important for creative and critical thinking.
Yes.
And so that's how I think it needs to go. And same for the adults of today. We need to make sure we're just going, okay, is this going to serve its purpose, not just for me, but for, the outside world?
You've been very open about your own shift from fearing AI to embracing it. What personal lessons did you take from that transition?
Oh, well, I know this amazing confidence has come out of me because I didn't realize I could, like I say this literally at the beginning of my book. If you went back in time and said to me 3 years ago that I'd be a published author of an AI book, like a techie subject, and I was doing keynotes on it and I was running training on a techie subject like AI, I would have laughed in your face because that seems so not who I was. Look, I did struggle to find my place in the copywriting world because I'm like, most are introverts. I'm an extrovert, but what is my thing that really makes me stand out? Like, I did want to get into doing more keynotes, but I just didn't know how. Like, I had this whole thing early 2023, blogging. We'll talk about blogging and why that's so important. It's not dead. And that just kind of, but yeah, when I found this space and I found how much it lit me up and people were saying how much they need it and getting messages of, oh, your perspective resonates with me, and having all this great feedback. Oh, I'm loving your book. Oh my gosh, or getting my 75-year-old uncle calling me saying, I hadn't touched AI, but I did it for this thing. And wow, now I get it. And just having these people have these aha moments. And I've traveled to Malaysia 4 times to run AI with marketing workshops. And so I've just really, I guess, come into myself and found my place. I knew I had something to give to the world based on people comment on my bubbly personality, and I've been, a good trainer. And so I'm like, I can somehow pull that together, and my drama experience from school, drama and speaking and passion for the marketing and the writing and non-techie stuff. It's all just kind of come together, and I feel like, I just hit 40 a couple of months ago, and I'm like, okay, I finally found my place in the world. And yeah, the book is just the beginning, I think, of springboarding what else is going to happen. So really excited.
That's nice to hear. So, so you are also using a lot of AI in your day-to-day life now.
Yeah, I don't use it a lot. Like I kind of mentioned, I'm not over reliant on it. I'm trying to stop myself. Like I did write this article about a month ago. This is a human written article to prove I still can. And that had so many reactions because people were like, yes, thank you. And it took me just as long to write as with the AI, ironically. So I'm trying to really, it's more of a brainstorming thing. Like I used it for ideas for a new podcast I'm about to launch and things like that. Mm-hmm. But just making sure, because sometimes even my colleague says, do you really need to use AI for that? I'm like, no, I don't. No. And so I
don't. What's next for Human Edge AI training? And are there any new projects or initiatives that you are excited about?
Yeah, well, I'm also actually going to be owning my personal brand. So Leanne Shelton, I'm getting a new logo and website about that because the book is me, not so much the business training and the keynotes and everything are all me. So that's one thing I'm working on. I'm just about to roll out a new program, like a 3-module program based on the book, which covers the mindset, it covers the strategy, it covers the work culture implementation, including AI policy and things like that. And so that will be for those teams that really want to embed it, not just a workshop or a keynote. They want to properly do this properly over 3 to 6 months. So I'm really excited about that. It hasn't kicked off yet, but I'm starting conversations with people interested from the outline, which is really great. A new podcast I'm kicking off just to spread the message, and obviously people get to know me better from speaking, not just from my LinkedIn posts and everything. Yes. Which probably have a YouTube version as well. And yeah, look, I probably will write another book. I love the idea of AI in youth. It's kind of there. I might give this one a bit more time. So it might be 2 years away, but you can't stop me from getting started. Sorry.
We need something for AI in youth. Yeah. I myself have 2 teen daughters at home, and we keep educating them in terms of AI. But yes, having AI in youth is actually very important because they are going to be leading AI.
Yeah, the other ones. They need to have those healthy habits right now. My kids, they're 12 and 9 at the moment. Don't touch AI unless they go occasionally create this cute photo of me into a cartoon or something. But I wanted to look at it from like an education point of view, career point of view. I've had people with similar age daughters to you saying, I don't know which direction to point them in for their career because is it going to be a career that's non-existent by the time they get to it? And, it's also like relationships and social, there's people teens relying on AI as their coaches and boyfriends and girlfriends. And I'm like, we need to just get them understanding, or the parents and the teachers understanding how to address this before it becomes an issue.
Yeah, that's nice. And finally, when you hear the phrase AI in focus, what does it mean to you personally? and professionally?
So AI in focus, it's just getting a proper understanding of it. Not burying your head in the sand and freaking out. It's really just going, how is it relevant to me and my business or personal life? Because you can use it to plan holidays and meal plan and all that stuff too. It's just, I guess, really narrowing of the relevance of, yeah, just because, like I was saying before, just because you can doesn't mean you should a lot of the time. It needs to be a whole reflection process. So I say it's so much more than just a tool. It is like a way of thinking. It's going to be a way of life. It's been compared to electricity, right? It's just going to be around us. So we need to make sure that we're approaching it the right way. And like, for example, I've had Facebook and Instagram off my phone for about a year now. Just have LinkedIn. And honestly, that has given me so much clarity because I don't have this constant noise. And so AI shouldn't be noise.
Yes.
It should be something we intentionally sit down and look at.
That's wonderful. So, Leanne, could you tell our audience where they can find you and where can they purchase your book? If you could tell that to them, that would be nice.
Yeah. So LinkedIn is my main place. So I have that on my phone. Very active on there. All very human first, not technical, constant updates. And I don't bombard you or overwhelm you. LinkedIn, you can find me on, humanedgeai.com website. And the book you can find Amazon, Booktopia, Dimmix, most bookstores. If you can't find it at your bookstore, ask them to get it in. But I have heard some great stories of being sold out and having to get more in. So it's I haven't heard the numbers since it officially came out, but it seems to be going really well. It hit number 1 on Amazon for the generative AI category. It kind of goes between 2, 3, and then there's like 8 today. I'm like, no. But no, I hit number 1. I got a screenshot. So
that's nice.
It's
very nice. Congratulations. And I look forward to AI in youth, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, should not be 2 years, probably before that.
Who knows? In my world, so much happens in a month. So let's just see.
Yes. And that's a wrap on today's episode of AI in Focus. I'm Garima Singh, the co-founder of AI to Easy. A huge thank you to Leanne for sharing her insights, experiences, and practical advice on how to make AI work for us without losing the human touch. I loved hearing about her journey, the ideas behind her book, AI Human Fusion, and how she's helping non-technical professionals embrace AI with confidence. If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to check out Leanne's work at Human Edge AI Training and grab a copy of AI Human Fusion. It's packed with practical tips and inspiration. If you have a story about how you are using AI in your business and would like to be a guest on the show, let me know in the comments or send me a message. I would love to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time for more honest conversations about AI in Focus.